So I'm a little bit old school, but if I can learn, anybody can learn. Bram, what was your first introduction to HDR?
So my experience or history with HDR is basically in three steps historically. The first time was actually very early in my career in 2007 when I saw that Dolby purchased a company called Brightside who made this modulated backlight HDR display. And at the time I was like, that's curious, but I didn't see it in person. It was just a news story that I followed. And then I heard nothing for about 7 years. And then around 2014 is when I started to get more familiar with it on a technical level. That was when SMPTE adopted ST2084, which is a technical standard that basically describes PQ, which is the underlying technology that tells us how HDR is mapped to a display. And so I really spent a lot of time learning the technical aspects of it, but I was still a little bit disconnected from it because I hadn't had a lot of personal experience with HDR displays yet at that point. And then where things got real, where they got fun, is actually around 2018 when, together with Sungjung, we introduced the first of our HDR displays, which was the XM310K, which is a 3,000 nit capable HDR monitor. And that's when all of this early curiosity and this technical knowledge kind of manifested into finally very beautiful images that we got to show the world.
And Zeb, can you explain a little bit about how that translated into your everyday workflows?
Yeah, the Finish Line, which is my company, has always been very obsessed with new technology. We like to be ahead of the curve. So we're kind of known for being able to do surprising things. There was a project for Netflix about 7 years ago, and in the documentary space, they hadn't done any HDR at that time. There was a production that was producing something for them, and every post-production company had said they couldn't do color management for that much footage. So much footage, a petabyte of storage. So the production was told, if you want to do this, you should talk to Zeb. So from there, we got involved in the project and implemented the color management process. And then it was decided maybe halfway through production that it would be an HDR delivery. That was not sure at the start. And because we had color managed it, that was a very easy process to go to HDR. So that made us well known in that space, and also we started being required to fix the work of other people where the HDR had not been done too well. When I say not done very well, usually this is people treating HDR that it's a new target, that your peak white level or your brightest point should hit the top, and that is not what HDR is. It's about opening that up for more detail in those areas. It's not about trying to hit a new target.